What's up, people? It's Monster Chappie. We're back, and today we're going to be looking at some more user tutorials. To get to practice, I've been getting asked this a few times, not too often, but all you need to do is move the right stick to the right, and you will find it right there. And another thing, you're going to practice mode. If you just want to practice offense, maybe practice some jukes, some user moves, stiff arms, whatever, basically open field running. You can do offense only, or if you just want to see how routes react without a pass rush, you can do that. If you want to practice kickoffs, your onside kicks, squib kicks, whatever the case, you can do the kickoffs. But for the most part, you're going to be sticking to normal. Now, the other thing to note is when you ready up, make sure the skill levels are the same, whatever skill level you're playing on. Usually the second control by default is going to be on pro, so make sure you change that to whatever you're going to be using. And then again, change the playbooks to whatever you're comfortable with, and or whatever you're trying to play against. For instance, if I'm trying to go practice against the the read option and the QB wraps and stuff like that, then I may run with the Carolina book, and then whatever you're running on defense, you can go ahead and practice that way as well. Or the other thing you can do is, since your audibles and stuff will already be set, is just move your right or your first controller to the left spot and ready up with the team you're using, and then practice against the read option or whatever you're trying to do. Either way, it's going to work out well for you. Now, in this video, we're going to be looking at all of the hot routes. Guys been asking me, how do you speed up your hot route speed? How do you get faster with it? How do you get more comfortable with it? First and the most important thing is knowing your hot routes like the back of your hand. If somebody typed into the comment section, how do you put a guy into a buzz zone or a purple, it's the same, or whatever, you should be able to tell them. And if you can tell them, that means you know it. If you can't tell them, you really don't know it that well. And that's just being 100% honest. You should be able to say it in your head, like, before I even do it, I know a hook zone is, if I have my strategy pad links on, it's going to be X and up. But since I don't have strategy pad links on, as you can see, when I hit X, nothing happens. So that's the next thing, is if you play with the strategy pad links, which I do, it's just personal preference. Either way is just as fast. But make sure you change your settings how you want. I change auto strafe and auto sprint off to give myself more control of my players. But I know if I want to go to a hook zone, I'm going to hit, if I don't have links, I'm going to hit down and up. If I do have links, however, oh, I did this, okay. Run a play really quick. What happened was, sometimes you'll be in a game, and when you move the left stick, it'll just switch people. You're not going to be able to make any adjustments. The best thing to do is just call a timeout. But as I was saying before, if you're doing a hook zone, I'm going to know that it's X and up. If I'm doing a purple, I'm going to know that it's X and right. If I'm doing a flat, I'm going to do X and left on the D-pad. And then if I'm blitzing, it's going to be, X and down. And then you got to know the right stick ones as well. X and up on the right stick is going to be deep. X and right on the right stick is going to be a contain. X and left is going to be a spy. And then X and down, and then the button of the receiver is going to give you man. So you got to know those like perfectly. You shouldn't think about it at all. You should know, like, okay, I want a man up streeter with this safety here, and it's got to be like that. That's how quick your adjustments have to be every time. I want to put the dude on Hayward Bay in a hook. I want to put this guy over here in a buzz, get this guy in a flat, get this guy in a contain, get this guy in a spy, get this guy in a hook, re-blitz him, put him in a deep, hook him again, put him in a spy. It's got to be like that kind of speed, for whatever you're trying to do. You should know how to reset, back your guys off, bring them closer, base a line, show blitz. And then the other thing to get faster, that's the first thing. So that is probably the most important part. But the next thing is the small details. And what I mean by that on the defensive side is, say you're in a formation like 4-3, Perfect formation for this. Let's go to 4-3 stack because it embolizes. It's got 3 linebackers, so it's really perfect. But for different formations, it'll be different. But for this formation, if we base align, the linebackers are going to slide in. I know that. So understand the formations you're in and how they're going to respond if you base align or if you show blitz. Kind of know what your defense is going to look like. So when we show blitz, not only did the linebackers and safeties change, but the line shifted over to the right a little bit. But understand that stuff as well. But as I was saying before, the next thing is to know your quick or your shortcut links. And what that means is I'm on more right now, but I can re-blitz Woodyard without actually moving onto him and clicking onto him by doing the linebackers and then left on the right stick. Linebackers right on the right stick is going to blitz this guy. Now, if we went ahead and hit right and then up on the right stick, it's going to give all those guys zones. And then if we hit, again, R1 or RB and then down, it's going to blitz all of the linebackers. So that's that. Those are the linebackers quick cuts. And then for the line, obviously, again, you can shift your linebackers left and right, you know, spread them, pinch them, all that good stuff. But as far as adjustments, those are the key ones are with the right stick. And with the line, it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, you can shift them left and right. Pretty sure you guys all know how to do that, but that's L1 is how you control your linemen. R1 is your linebackers, and then triangle or Y is your coverage. And R1 is RB. L1 is LB for the guys that are on Xbox. But yeah, that's how you're going to get those shortcut links. And then you can use L1 and right stick to basically crash everybody left. L1 right stick, crash them right. L1 up is going to crash them out. This guy's going to go on like a loop. He's going to go kind of like this when he comes in, whereas the guy on the left is going to come straight inside. So that's one thing to pay attention to. And then when you blitz down, as you can see, they all crash middle. This guy goes straight inside. But the guy on the left, he does the outside. So that's the one thing to note there. And that's pretty much going to be how you can set up your defenses a lot faster. You know, the most important thing, again, is to set up and know by heart all the, you know, different adjustments you can make individually on a player. Then the next thing is to know your formation. 4-3, I know if I do outside linebacker, it's going to be this guy if I do it on the left. If I do it on this guy, it's going to be on the right. And then the global is going to do all of them. But certain formations, it's going to be a little bit different. So that's the one thing. Like, wherever the linebacker's at, that's where it's going to happen. But linebackers are kind of located in different spots on different formations. So, for instance, the dollar, this guy is going to be the left. This guy is going to be the right. So, you know, you can take advantage of that accordingly too. So that is pretty much going to sum up how you can speed up your hot routing as far as just your skills and whatnot. Now, the next step in that is basically memorizing your setups for your plays that you run. And for instance, let's just say on this given play, I want to show blitz. This is my setup. I'm going to re-blitz both linebackers. I'm going to go ahead and put him in a buzz. Contain this guy. And user Adams. Alright, I'm just really on a whim right here, just making this up. But let's just see how that looks when we hike the ball. Should get some pretty decent heat somewhere. Okay, we got some left edge heat. Alright, so that's our heat. Not the greatest blitz ever, but whatever the case may be. I don't even remember the setup, but hey, we'll figure it out. So, you know, you do it in practice mode a few times pretty slowly. You get your setup down like so. So I guess that's not too bad of a setup. And now you've gotten it in your head. You know it. You've done it a few times. You've practiced it a few times. You like the blitz that you're getting. You know you're going to get that left edge heat. So now it's about doing it over and over again. After you've mastered the first half of the video, which was all the setups and shortcuts and stuff, then you got to really understand your setups for what you're trying to do. So whatever blitzes you run that you like setting up, then you got to practice setting them up over and over. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and set this up quick, or as quick as we can. And then we're set up. We're good to go. We're ready. Oops. Forgot one step. So that's the other thing. You got to make sure you get all your steps. But your setup should be as quick as possible. So let's go ahead and see how long this is going to take. Just starting now. And oops. See, and then that's the other thing. If you mess up, you mess everything up. So that's why you gotta get that muscle memory down. I'm definitely not used to setting this play up, but we'll go ahead and try it again here. See how long it takes. There we go. So we're set up. And then the other thing is to see what is the fastest way you could set up. What's the fastest order? Should we go him first? Should I set up him first? You know, should I start with blitzing these guys? Should I show blitz first? What should I do first? If you're showing blitz, typically you're going to want to show blitz first because that's the thing that takes the longest. The other thing is moving between players. You know, if you've got strategy pad links on, X doesn't switch players, it actually hot routes. But if you don't have them on, say if I hit X, it'll go, instead of going forward, all right, so we hit circle there, and it went from more to Adams. If we hit X, it would actually go from Adams to more, so it would go backwards. And then the next thing is if you hold circle or B and you move the left stick in the direction of the guy that you want, you can get that guy. So instead of just trying to click 1,000 times trying to get back to Miller, oh, maybe you over-click him, and you got to click the button 10 more times again to get back to Miller, where you could just move that left stick and get where you need to go. Say if we're stuck on Porter, we hit circle, we're going to end up on Mays. But if we are on Porter and we move that left stick while holding the button to switch players, then we can go straight to Miller. So that's the fastest way, or how to improve your speed of setups. Just really knowing the buttons, really knowing those adjustments, and then after that, know the quick links, know the shortcuts. What I mean by that is your lineman shortcuts and your linebacker shortcuts, as well as your coverage shortcuts and things like that. You know, dropping coverage back, pinching them, you know, all that good stuff like that. And then the final step is putting it all together and knowing your individual setup. So you need to know the fastest way to do your setup, and then understand and really just do it over and over and over again till you got that muscle memory. And then you'll be able to set it up pretty quickly. So in this time, he didn't come down. I think it's because I moved him, but we were set up pretty quickly there. We can go ahead and try to set this up again. Again, it's just really about that repetition, getting it down. So again, our setup is to show blitz, re-blitz the linebackers globally, contain Hunter, put more on a buzz, and then get back to Adams because that's the guy we want to use her. That is the final thing about setting your plays up, is you really want to be able to get back to the guy that you want to use her, because you know you don't want to get stuck on a D tackle and not really be able to make a play on the ball. And either one of the two things is going to happen if you get stuck on the lineman. You're going to lose some pass rush that you wanted, or you're going to have a slower guy in coverage. I mean, there is times where you might want to have a guy, because I got Doomerville here. He's pretty athletic, and I may want to bring him back. But if I don't want to bring him back, then I don't want to be stuck on him at the start of the play. So go ahead and run that setup one last time, and that's going to wrap this video up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and you know, be sure to subscribe for more. This is your boy Monster Chappie. Till the next time, we out of here.